everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 91 of Direwolf20's Modern Skyblock series, where we're playing with nuclear reactors from Nuclear Craft. Today, I'm going to do fun things with nuclear craft. So I just made an active fluid cooling thingy. Not entirely. Hold shift. Pump coolant into this block to cool down fission and fusion reactors. Must be placed in a fission structure or on the diagonal of a fusion ring. If used to cool a fission reactor, the requirements for each fluid type are the same as the passive counterpart. If used to cool a fusion reactor, it is much more efficient for a cooler to have a partner on the exact opposite side of the entire fusion ring. Cool. I'm kind of looking forward to playing with fusion a little bit today, and I'm hoping I can get to that point. Not entirely sure what's involved in getting there, but I'm hoping. So we'll see. I wonder if there's like a list. Now I'm assuming that what I do is like do that. And that? Active cooler? Oh, you don't like that. Alright, so I have to figure out what I did wrong there. Do what now? If used on a fission reactor, requires in a fusion structure or... Oh, in a fusion structure. Okay, cool. So what I should probably do... Like, is that it? Yes. But how do I get... So, like, I put you in there, but how do I get fluids into you? That, my friends, is the question of the ages. Casing incomplete. We should probably turn you off. So, yeah, it goes in there, but how do I get fluids into it when it's inside there? And what fluids are valid? That is a question that I don't have a lot of answers for. But I guess, I don't know. So, true nuclear fusion, I guess, is what's next. Whoa. 120 fusion electromagnets, and 4 fusion connectors, and 1 fusion core. The nuclear reactor consists of a nuclear core to which at least 1 fusion connector is connected on every side. Okay. Cool. Surrounded by a ring of electromagnets. For it to work, all electromagnets need to be powered. All of them? Like, hopefully they power each other, because there's 120 of them. That's cool. And then there's this plutonium RTG thing, which produces 1,000 RF a tick constantly. Although this says 100, but this says 1,000 on the tooltip. But that's neat. Let's do this. Let's get ready to try out fusion. Because I feel like fusion's probably going to be way cooler than fission, right? Like that's just a general idea. And then yeah, so to complete this chapter, we need to do plutonium RTG, and that will like finish up the whole chapter that we're in. We also want to get some ludicrite, so we might have to build a quick nuclear reactor, but that shouldn't be too hard to get. We can just build like a really simple and inefficient one and like make the stuff, right? And that should be fine. So, but yeah, so let's knock out plutonium RTG so we can get it going. But I want to check out fusion because I'm enjoying myself with nuclear craft, so I want to try it out, right? So like let's do plutonium RTG. So you require plutonium-238 or plutonium-238 oxide, which we do not have plutonium-238. So tiny clumps of plutonium-238 come from smelting the oxides. Fuel reprocessor? Depleted Hen fuel. Okay. So Hen-236 is where we're going to get plutonium-238 from. It looks like we get about 8 of them. Okay. So Hen fuel is Neptunium-237 and Neptunium-236. Okay. That's cool. I think we've gotten some Neptunium. We've gotten 237. There's a lot of different types of Hen here. Okay, so Hen-236 is... So we need 5 of these bad boys, right? And we've gotten 1. So we have a little bit of work to do. We have to burn more fuel, basically. That's what it comes down to. We have to burn more of the fuel that we've been burning thus far. Now, 236, I don't think we have any of. So where do we get that from? Molten Neptunium isotope separator. So that splits it. That takes the fuel and turns it back into it. But I have to make the stuff first. Neptunium 236 base dust. Okay. Small piles of Neptunium 236. Gotta come from somewhere, right? Like base nuggets. So maybe like the molten version, like you can combine liquids of some kind to get it. You can get walls of them. That's cool. No idea where this Neptunium 236 stuff comes from. Am I totally missing something really obvious? Unless I can get the oxide from somewhere. Because you smelt the oxide to get it. But usually the oxide is made with combining the existing nugget with some oxygen or something. Yeah, it doesn't look... See, it's just combining Neptunium with liquid oxygen, right? So where do I get Neptunium 236 from? Neptunium 236. Wow, there's a lot of different things of those. All right. I guess we'll have to figure that out. Anyway, let's do fusion first, just because I want to play with it, and then we'll figure that out. Maybe I'll work on that off camera. So we need a fusion core, which requires, I have some of the things. We need 2 chemical reactors from nuclear craft. Cool. I love when you just have like magical stuff inside your refined storage system and you have no idea where it came from. Challenge complete, star in a box, dun dun dun. Fusion electromagnets. This one's gonna have to be taught. So fusion electromagnets, which are these, requires 50 hour of a tick to stay active. Requires that. Now we already have some advanced plating and some copper solenoids, right? I think that's true. So maybe, just because of all the loot box unlooting that we've been doing, we can get those 120 fusion electromagnets. Ah, we're missing some advanced plating, so we better teach you how to make those. So advanced plating is made like that. Now you know how to make tough alloys and basic plating, I think. You already know how to make basic plating, maybe? Maybe you already know how to make basic plating? I think I taught you how to make basic plating. I mean, we have a lot, right? Yeah, you know how to make it. Sweet. Okay, that works. So now I should be able to do my fusion. So 120 of those, we need more lithium. More lithium ingots. But once we get that, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. You, sir, are what's up. What is going on here? So we've got iron alchemical ore dust, which will probably let you finish. But one of these should be lithium. Yep. Totally gonna want more of you. But then in addition, we need more... Oh, that's right. I ran out of this stuff. Tertius alchemical dust. So we have some, but what's the recipe for that? Alchemical gold, lapis, and glowstone. Do we have any alchemical gold laying around? Nope. Well, we probably want to just get a bit of this stuff. So it was 2, 2, and then gold and glowstone. I'll just do the bunch. And then some glowstone as well. So let's do like that many. That should be reasonable, right? Because we're definitely going to want more of this stuff. Definitely an interesting mod, Sky Resources, too. Definitely cool. So that should be what we want to get. And what I'm going to do is just leave this in here. And then you guys can go away. That sound good? I think so. So yeah, that'll be my reminder. Keeping that Neptunium in my inventory is my reminder that I want to get that fusion thingy that we need to get. And this makes a lot of this stuff, by the way. It makes 5 per craft. And remember, we get like 5 sets of it. So we're talking like 25 per set. So it's not bad at all. And maybe we want some more alchemical glass. This stuff, which is just crystal shards, prismarine, and sand. We should, in theory... No, that's right. You guys, let's just do one of these. I think will get me a bunch of crystal shards, doesn't it? Yeah, it's like a stack from one. Cool. Yeah, it's these prismarine crystals, which I can get. I can grind up more prismarine for that. I think a sag mill can do it, right? Oh yeah, but it really doesn't do a good job. It's 1 per? That stinks. I guess that's pretty standard across the board, so let's get like 32 if we can. And that'll be good enough to get a lot of alchemical glass. And while that's cooking, you can have the crystal shards, and that'll get that rolling again. Cool. So let's get 3 of the stacks of this stuff. Right, so stack, stack, stack. And like, the weird thing about this is you totally don't need that much. You're pretty good, so keep you there like that, and that should be cool. All right, so you're cooking again. We're gonna finish up the iron we have. We're gonna make the lithium. I'm gonna take a quick 5-minute break while I figure out how to get the Neptunium 236 that we need in order to make this thing, right? And then we'll be back. Cool? Because we're gonna need a lot of this stuff, I think, in order to get that RTG guy. All right, guys, we're back. I think I've finally figured out a path to get to that fuel source that I need. And really, ultimately, what we have to do is separate thorium. So, like, it's actually really complicated. But I think I figured it out for the most part. And I'm also waiting on the lithium. But remember, we were trying to figure out how to make plutonium of some kind. So we want the RTG guy, right? So let's just start with RTG. So there's like literally a million different types of fuels in nuclear craft, which is kind of cool. So like if you really want to get into the weeds of playing with different isotopes and figuring out like different math things, like it is a cool mod for that. However, I finally tracked down how to get our tiny clumps of plutonium-238. So you reprocess Hen-236 fuel, which you get from running Hen-236 fuel through your thing. You need Neptunium-236 and Neptunium-237. So we've already gotten Neptunium-237, courtesy of depleted fuel that we made, like the HEU-235, which we've been, which is what we've been using, which is just uranium, right? So that's half of the equation, right? For depleted Hen-236, right? Hen-236 fuel. The other half of the equation is Neptunium-236, which has lots of different ways to get it. But ultimately, one of the ways you can get it is from depleted TBU fuel. And TBU fuel is... There it is, TBU fuel is just thorium-232. So that comes from thorium ingots in the ingot separator, isotope separator, right, you get tiny clumps of 230 and thorium-232. And thorium ingots come from condensers. So thorium alchemical ore dust, which I think we did previously. So that means that you should be cool. Now, I'm not sure what kind of heat situation we're going to be into here. Well, that's not bad. So thorium, or TBU fuel for that matter, doesn't have a crazy amount of heat generation. So that's pretty spiffy. So that means we don't have to worry about heat with thorium, right? Because we're cooling more than we're heating. Nice. So with this one, we don't have to toggle it on and off. With the other fuel source, we were generating a lot more heat. Now, how much RF per tick we're getting? 10,000 RF per tick? Well, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. I mean, to be clear, I'm like basically just voiding it, right? We're just letting it disappear into the ether, but it's a pretty decent amount of RF per tick, right? Like, that ain't bad. So let's reprocess you. That's probably smarter. Right, and now we should have a bunch of Neptunium. Am I full? That could be the situation that we find ourselves in. Oh boy, we're full. We are full of junk. All right, we gotta clean up you. I gotta clean up my A system, so we'll be back in a minute. Right, what do we have on junk? Junk. Oh boy, junk, all kinds of junk. Swords. So, silent gems. You are filling me up, bro. Silent gems. That might be a little bit tricky. I'm gonna have to do this by hand. So we'll be back in a minute or 10. Alright guys, I got enough storage space opened up so that I can request the crafting of 10 more discs. So we'll just do the thing. I cleaned up some space. Anyway, where were we? Neptunium, right? So Neptunium-237, we're going to want a bunch of that. And then Neptunium-236, we're going to want some of that. And then you're used to make... Where was I? Hen-236, right? So Hen-236, which is like high energy something. Hen-236 fuel. So I need another Neptunium, which means we're going to want another thorium. Just get like 5 of them, right? We'll burn them all up in the reactor. Which isn't a problem because, you know, heat's not an issue with these guys. And then we'll process it, and then we should be able to process our Hen dude, which will get us the plutonium that we need to make that RTG guy. And that's like just a free do nothing, either 100 or 1000 RF a tick. I'm not sure which one to believe. So 236 should be cool, right? And then we can do Hen dash 236 fuel. So that's producing heat at a rather aggressive level. So like basically in order for this to run, either I would want to do, and how much power do you produce? Wow, 57,600 RF a tick. So what's cool about this mod, and I really do like this, is there's so many different fuel sources and there's so many different like processing times and power generations and heat generations that like you can really come up with some cool combinations. And these are multi-blocks, so you can have them bigger and better, and you can have all kinds of cooling and stuff. Like this is a neat mod for sure. For sure. Right? So your heat's 4204. And then, yeah. And then our cooling level is 980. So that might be enough. Yeah, depleted, Hen 236. So now we process this dude, and that gets us our plutonium 238, which is used to make the RTG guy. So we're going to need another one of those for sure, right? So we're going to want, let's let you process a little bit more TBU. And we'll process these guys. That's neat. There's so many different fuels that it's craziness. So that's 2, right? So we process you a little bit more. Depleted TBU fuel. Not too shabby. We process you. I'm getting the hang of it. It's taken me a few minutes to figure it all out, but I'm getting there. Right? So then you're needed at least 2 more. Perfect. We had exactly enough to make 2 more. And then we can drop this guy in here, which is going to, again, heat up. Right? Let it cool down. And that got about halfway. So, I mean, again, if I had spent a little bit more time getting my reactor properly cooled, I should be able to handle this 4204. Plus, there's that active cooling thing, which I'm still not entirely sure how that works. Sweet. And then you get depleted. We get more of that. Right? And now I should have everything I need to make this guy. Plutonium 238, right? Boom. Booyah. So I just need another graphite ingot, which is easy enough to make, right? Super simple. Nice! Dun 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 dun! Quest complete. Plutonium RTG. Woohoo! Well, that's exciting. Quest updated. Plutonium RTG. Does that unlock a new chapter for me yet? It may not. I might need this guy before it does. But I think that's it, right? I'm not missing one, right? It's just this guy and this guy that are the, you know, fancy shapes. So that's neat. Hey, can I make those fusion magnet guys yet? Yeah, can I do them? 120, right? Yay, we have enough lithium now. No crafting CPUs are available. Probably because we need too many bytes. Or does our crafting CPUs are busy still? This is the one that can support a larger amount of bytes, but he's almost done. So I could probably like half and half it, but let's just wait for you to finish because you're just crafting 4 more logic processors, which is probably a good a time as any to remember that I should probably be populating this drive with 4Ks. Right? So you are working on the last of those things, so just 2 more. I keep saying that I'm going to like upgrade these to like the fancy inscribers, and I keep failing completely to do that. So that's on me. I completely acknowledge my failings there. But now we have more storage space, so that's cool. And I'm always going 4Ks because like the problem is I'm running out of types, not running out of storage. See, everything's filled up on types. That's why they're orange, not red. So, yeah, no big deal. So now I should be able to make my magnets, right? 120 of those. That's what we need, right? 120 fusion electromagnets. Do the thing. So I don't know how long that's going to take to craft. It might be a few minutes. So let's just come back when it's done. We've actually run out of power, probably because of some crazy stuff we're doing. So I decided to place down my quantum solar panel that I had to make a while ago. So that's an extra 4,000 RF a tick. And then I threw down my plutonium RTG that we just made, which is apparently 1,000 RF a tick. So that should be helping quite a bit. I noticed we were low because my steel production was kind of slow. And I'm like, what's taking steel so long? I have this thing pretty sped up, don't I? Oh, we're out of power. Ha ha ha, look at that. So hopefully it's doing better now. Well, it's still a little hurting for power, but it's doing better. Better than it was, to be sure. Where is all my power going then? If it's not going over here, I don't really know where all this power is going. But we shouldn't be using that much, right? Like, you're not using that much. 3,000-ish? I mean, I could turn you off for a minute, right? And that would probably help. believe that'll shut it down. But it does kind of make me wonder where all my power is. Am I like wasting power somewhere that I'm forgetting about? None of you guys are like actively running, right? I mean, you're cooking and you're using how much? 1500 RF a tick. So when you're done, like I guess that's like a thing that you're doing, right? You're producing ferroboron. Okay, that could be part of it, right? If I slowed you down, but you seem to have enough power coming in, so you're cool, right? You guys don't use power. You're not actually doing anything. So that could definitely be part of it, that ferroboron production thing. And this electrolyzer is using lots of power. How about we like cut him out, right? Because with all those things that we had in there, we were using 6,000 RF a tick. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That probably explains where some of our power's been going. 6,000 RF a tick. Okay. I have been a little bit sloppy with my power generation stuff. Oh yeah, look who finished up real fast. Now that we gave him power back. All right, I'm gonna guess that my energy cell is gonna fill back up rather quickly now. Now that we're done processing, well, still some work going on. Probably that ferroboron alloy stuff going. Yeah, because now it's making tough alloys, and it has a lot of them to make. But he's got enough, so that's cool. Is anybody else like, did I leave on going crazy amounts of power use? I don't think so. Yeah, no, we should be good. All right, so that electromagnet thing's almost done, right? So let's just check what else we needed for the quest. Fusion connectors. Fusion connectors, which just needs, we're gonna say 16 more tough alloy on top of what you guys are already making. So we'll let that cook, and then we'll be back in a minute. Hey, there we go, net gain of power, woot. I'm trying to figure out where my power's going. I'm like, no way that I'm burning power that hard. But I mean, maybe I am. Now with you, do we still have a net gain of power? We do. All right, so we're cool. We're cool. Just lots and lots of power needed to be distributed around our base, I think. I think each one of these cables is capable of storing a pretty healthy amount of power. The advanced universal cables. Capacity 5.12 KT per tick. But like when I mouse over them, it says 3.7 million. So maybe the cables had to fill up. I think that was it. Get you a little bit faster. I think that should be fine. And you're still in that gain? Yeah, you're cool now. All right, cool. So it was probably that water thing. That thing was taking a lot of power. How are we for progress here? We still have 416 more tough alloys to make. We'll be a few minutes. While I'm waiting, I'm just taking a look. Chironite, we're getting close. Like I made the 6 chironite blocks that we're gonna need in order to make the void ore miner controller. So 6. That needs a void ore miner controller Mark II to be upgraded to. And then 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. Sweet. I guess the nice thing is that you don't need 2 of the previous tier to upgrade to the next tier anymore. I think that used to be a thing, right? The bummer, of course, and this really does hurt in terms of progress, but you need 56 structure tier 3 frames, right? Tier 3 structure blocks need 2 chironites each. So we need 112 of them. So in addition to the 6 blocks of chironite, we need 112 chironite. So we're about 40 more to go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hopefully in the next episode or 2. Like I've been letting this run for a really long time. It's starting to become a nuisance how long it's taking. But we're getting there. And hey, we're making a little bit of mica too, so that's nice. Progress? We have 294 to go. Getting there. Hey, look who's got fusion coil things. Nice. All right, fusion connectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hooray! Quest complete. True. nuclear fusion. That's cool. All right. So there's an Americum RPG and a Californicum RPG. I wonder how much Americum RPG in California, because this is 1,000 architects, so that's 500 and that's 4,000. Well, that's kind of cool. Californicum 250. I'm a little bit concerned about what that might be. Depleted HEB 248 fuel. I'm just curious. Like, what's that all about? Right, so that's berkelium. Yeah, so there's there's a lot of nuclear craft fuels. Just as a reminder, right? There's pages of resources, right? So there's thorium and uranium and neptunium and plutonium and americum and curium and berkelium and californicum, and all those can combine into different quantities to make different types of fuels. So a healthy amount of resources to get stuff from, and they can all be melted down, by the way, into liquids. So that's neat. So definitely cool stuff. But I think we've unfortunately reached the wrapping up point for this episode. So we got our RTG thing. We got our nuclear fusion stuff ready. What we'll probably do, the neutron irradiator uses neutron on fluids to create other materials. That's cool. Neutron irradiator. Why did that? Did we need something? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like we needed something. Induces changes to nuclear structure. I have no idea. Looks cool, though. But how about next episode, we'll make a nuclear reactor? Does that sound fun? Because it sounds fun to me. I probably won't do these two. And then we'll knock out Ludicrite, like, super quick. Because we'll just have to stand up, like, a really, like, the smallest possible extreme reactor. We will void the resources, right? Because Ludicrite, I believe... Now, Ludicrite used to require nether stars. I'm hoping that he has since changed that recipe. Didn't it used to require nether stars? Maybe the quest will tell me how to get it, because I am not seeing how one gets Ludicrite. Oh, there it is. Oh, it does require a nether star. Ooh. So yeah, I don't know how to make nether stars, so how am I supposed to make Ludicrite? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Is there some trick I don't know about with Ludicrite? Maybe it will tell me, because we need advanced resources to get that, and as advanced resources requires Ludicrite, right? So getting Ludicrite unlocks advanced resources. Making Ludicrite requires another star, which I can't get until I have advanced resources. So we'll figure this out next episode. For now, Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take it easy.